My miracle has just touched you, and this is the final moment for you not to miss what I have long prepared for your life. Beloved child, do not take this moment lightly. Do not let your mind drift as though this were only a passing reminder amid the noise of the world. I am opening before you a stream of blessing, a surplus from heaven, not to astonish you for a moment and then be forgotten, but so that you may understand that I am still holding the entire story of your life in my hands. What I am doing does not come from chance, nor is it born of luck. This is a holy appointment, ordained in advance by my love, and it is arriving at the right time to lift you out of your seasons of struggle, to close the long nights you have endured in silence, and to lead you into a new season where grace will speak more loudly than fear. Stay with me until the end of these words, for I want you to hear fully what is being released over your life. I am not calling you to play with your heart, nor have I opened this door only to send you away empty-handed. I have seen every tear you have tried to hide behind your smile, and I have heard the prayers that caught in your throat when you no longer had the strength to say another word. I have seen you carrying burdens that seemed capable of crushing you, yet you still stood there, still moved forward, still held on to a small measure of hope even after your heart had broken many times. Because I see this clearly, I say to you today, do not let this moment pass like a fleeting wind. Open your heart, because I am working not only on your circumstances, but also on the deepest part of you, where you once thought everything was already too late. My beloved, heaven is leaning toward you. I am causing unseen things to move for your good. My messengers are taking their places, not to frighten you, but to protect you, guide you, and keep you from what you cannot discern with natural eyes. I know you have felt as though you have battled for too long without an answer. You have stood amid the pressures of life, amid lack, amid uncertain turning points, and at times you have wondered whether my arm was still upon you. But I say to you, I have never left you. When you were weary, I sustained you. When you doubted, I still held you in my mercy. When you walked through dark places and were unsure whether you could go one more step, it was I who made the way before you. The world has tried to make you fall, but I have placed a shield around you so that you would not be swallowed by the raging waves. The attacks you have endured were not evidence that I forgot you. Rather, they were the place where I was refining you to become steadier, deeper, and less easily shaken by lies. I allowed the storms to appear not to destroy you, but to reveal my power in the very chaos you are walking through. When everything around you shook, you learned that there is one who does not shake. When you no longer had anything in your own hands, you came to understand that my hand was still covering you, still preserving you, still working quietly for your good. I also know there were lies that tried to cling to your heart. There was a whisper saying that every door had closed, that the breakthrough you were waiting for would never come, that I had forgotten your name among the many in this world. But that is not my voice. I have never forgotten you, never neglected your situation, never ignored your cry for help. I have seen the nights when you woke with a heavy mind, in the mornings when you rose, still feeling as though you were walking through a desert. I have seen your quiet efforts, the times you encouraged yourself to stand up one more time. And now I draw near to you not to repeat old pain, but to say, enough. This season is about to change. What waits before you is greater than what has ever weighed you down. What I am opening is not a temporary patch, but a true turning, deep and marked by heaven. Believe that your pain has not been wasted in my hands. I can turn what you once considered broken into the beginning of a new calling. I can use the seasons of hardship to build the place of your victory. I can turn lack into a lesson of holy dependence on me, tears into a spring of growth, delay into the perfect time to prepare you for something greater. You are not defined by what you lack, by what you have not yet seen, or by the doors that once closed. You are defined by me, by the love I have placed upon you, by the goodwill I have always had for you from the beginning. So do not shrink back in fear. Do not allow doubt to steal what I am giving. I am releasing over your life a protection the natural eye cannot see, and a prosperity no power of this world can grant or take away. Not merely wealth, not merely resources, not merely favorable conditions, but a peace that comes with those blessings, so that you may not only receive them but keep them, steward them rightly, and live within them with a heart at rest before me. What I give will not pull you away from me, it will draw you closer to me. What I open will not make you proud, it will make you grateful. What I permit will not lead you astray, it will confirm that I have always been faithful to you. Even in the seasons when you thought there was only silence. Beloved, I am calling you to respond in faith, not loud faith, not outward display, but a deep and sincere trust that knows even when you cannot yet see the full picture. Stand still within your heart and let me do what I have begun. Do not struggle to control everything. Do not try to figure out all my ways on your own. Do not turn away when signs of grace are appearing right before you. Everything you have asked for has not been forgotten. Everything you have offered me, with all your heart, is being remembered by me. And now is the time for you to believe that the shift has already begun, that the new door has opened, that my hand is still upon your life, and that goodness is drawing nearer than you think. So, do not let this moment pass in indifference. Open yourself before me, so that I may place peace where there was unrest, hope where there was once coldness, and strength where there was weariness. Show me that you are ready to receive what I do in my way, in my time, and with my wisdom. I did not come to disappoint you. I came to fulfill what I have spoken. I came to turn your struggle into testimony. I came to make you understand that what once made you cry will no longer have the final word. The final word belongs to me. And I say to you, you will not be abandoned. You will not be forgotten. You will not remain in lack forever, because I am leading you into a new season of blessing, protection, and abundant life. Everything that has held you in lack is about to be broken by me. What has tried to weigh your life down with struggle, with days of counting every small thing, with the feeling that you were always walking with empty hands, is now under my authority. You were not created to remain in dryness, nor were you destined to grow used to lack as though it were your final home. I am pulling you out of that old cycle. I am changing the direction of your life, the season of your life, even the atmosphere covering your home. Can you feel it? A shift is happening. Quiet, yet powerful, like a holy wind passing through places long covered by the dust of anxiety. The pressure that once tightened around your chest is being broken by my voice. The heaviness clinging to your shoulders. The nights you lay awake in worry. The mornings when you opened your eyes, already tired in your soul. All of it is being touched by me. I am pouring life into what seemed depleted. I am placing abundance where there was only enough to endure. I am causing the seeds you have sown in faithfulness to bring forth a harvest greater than you imagined. Do not pass over this as a passing comfort. This is my declaration over your life. What once made you bow will no longer rule over you. I am turning your sorrow into a new dance. I am lifting from your chest the weight of old days and replacing it with a joy that is not easily extinguished. A consolation so deep that you do not have to force yourself to feel peace. What once made you wonder how far you could still go? What once made you think you had been forgotten in this life will become living proof of my faithfulness. You will not only be delivered, you will become a testimony. You will stand in this world and tell how. When every door seemed closed, I still opened a path. When every number seemed to be against you, I still caused an unseen hand to arrange what was good. When you thought you had reached the bottom of your struggle, I was still able to raise you up with a power both gentle and irresistible. I will cause those who once looked at you in your hard season to marvel when they see me bring you into the new season. For what I do for you will no longer be a small flicker in the dark, it will be dawn. Beloved, you have not been forgotten. I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand, where no wind can erase it and no event can fade it. I know every breath you take, every quiet step you walk, every drop of sweat, every sleepless night, every time you wondered whether your life was still being seen. I saw you at your lowest, when your heart was dry, when faith seemed like only a faint ember, when you moved through days in which even hope had to breathe slowly. And I also see you now, standing on the edge of a greater step, a turning that is not accidental but prepared by me. This is not the illusion of a passing feeling. This is a holy moment woven from my eternal wisdom. I prepared this moment not only for you, but also for the generations that will follow you. What I do in your life today will not end with one season. It will make a way for your home, for your children, for those who carry your line to enter a life that is freer, brighter, and more at peace. I am breaking old patterns that have clung to your family for too long. Inherited limits, hidden burdens, repeated lack, like a shadow that refuses to leave, are all being placed under my power. I am the one who breaks the chains of prolonged poverty, the one who opens a way where there seemed to be none, the one who lifts from your shoulders burdens your ancestors once carried in silence. You do not have to remain under the shadow of lack simply because it has appeared in your family line before. You do not have to call struggle your destiny. I am rewriting that. I am saying enough. I am establishing a new order in your home, an order where peace is no longer a luxury, where sufficiency is no longer a distant dream, where giving becomes joy rather than fear. I will turn you from one who once had to ask into one who can extend a blessing. I will remind you that you were made not to live in lack forever, but to reflect my greatness. Do not be afraid when I begin to push old things out of your life. There are things you thought were supports, but in truth, they were anchors keeping you in barren ground. There are habits that made you feel safe, yet quietly drained your life away. There are small thoughts that keep telling you that you are not enough, not worthy, not able. I am removing them, not to leave you empty, but to make room for me to fill you with my grace. I am sending rain over the dry ground of your life. I am watering places that have cracked from waiting too long. I am causing life to spring up where there was only dust and silence. What you see today may still look like a seedling, but I have already seen the forest. Do not measure a miracle by the size of its beginning. I often do the greatest things through the smallest signs. You will still see me touching your finances, your work, your relationships, and the atmosphere of your home. Where there was heaviness from anxiety, I will bring lightness. Where there was tension from lack, I will bring stability. Where fear had tightened its grip, I will place freedom. You will not only escape lack, you will step into a new way of living. I am not merely erasing debt on paper, I am also removing the invisible debts that have pressed on your mind, making you feel that you must always pay through sweat, worry, and sacrifice. No, beloved, I am declaring calm over your life. I am pulling you out of constant strain so that you may learn again how to live in trust. When you trust me, you will see my hand move in ways you could never produce on your own. When you learn to sit quietly before me, you will begin to see me working in places you once thought were abandoned. Therefore, stand firm and do not shrink back before what I am doing. Do not let memories of lack make you doubt my words. Do not let the old voice whisper that everything will become as it was before. I do not work in cycles of disappointment. I am leading you into a new order, a new season, a new home in a new atmosphere. And the most beautiful part is this: you will not enter it alone. I will go before you, walk with you, and remain with you. I will show you that I am not only the one who rescues you from what is terrible, but also the one who opens for you a future more beautiful than anything you dared to imagine. Receive these words in faith. Open your heart to what I am pouring out. Let joy return to your lips, gratitude return to your room, and peace return to your steps. For I am doing a new thing in your life, and what I begin today will spread further, bear more fruit, and echo far beyond what your eyes can see right now. Let them mock your faith, let them call you foolish in their eyes. But I see something else in you. I see a heart that still knows how to hope, a soul that has not surrendered, a life that, though it has passed through many weary seasons, has not let the fire of trust go out. Child, you have not clung to me in vain. Every quiet moment of waiting has not been wasted, and every long night of tears has not fallen to the ground for nothing. I am gathering all of what you thought had been overlooked and weaving it into a beautiful season of response. One day you will look back on this road and realize that the times you thought you were only standing still were actually the times I was quietly laying the foundation for something greater. You will not merely survive the day, you will flourish in the very places that once made you bend low. You will enter rooms that once were closed to you, and I will open before you paths that no human hand can shut. Do not receive this as a fragile comfort, Hold it as a promise warmed by heaven. If every one of these words is reaching deep into your heart, let your heart say to me, Lord, I believe you, for there is power in obedience, a way forward in surrender. And within simple trust, there are doors your own efforts have never touched. I know you have been hurt by people, worn down by the systems of this world, and disappointed by things you thought would uphold you but instead failed you. I know there were dreams once bright within you, and over time they seem to have been covered with dust, as though they had fallen silent in your hands. But beloved, I am life, and where I am present, what seemed dead can rise again. I can breathe new life into what you have stopped daring to mention. I can restore what has fallen. I can raise up what others hurried to bury. I can turn failure into the beginning of blessing, a closed door into a corridor of grace, and a road filled with tears into evidence of my faithfulness. You are not hearing these words by chance. I placed them in the exact moment, on the exact day, at the exact hour, in the exact season your heart needed most to hear them. Just when you thought you were about to let go, I stepped into the flow of your life with my truth. Just when you felt everything was delayed, I was still working all things through my quiet wisdom. I have never been late. I am always on time. You thought you had been forgotten, but I was still there. You thought the door of your life was locked, but I still held the key. You thought the story had gone in the wrong direction, but I still have the authority to rewrite it, reorder it, and bring everything back into the place I intended from the beginning. So lay down the shame from your shoulders. Let fear stop ruling your breathing. Let delay stop making you doubt my love. This is your hour of release, a fresh rising, a turning of grace. What I am placing into your hands is not only for your own support, but also so that those connected to your life may be touched by this stream of blessing. I am making you a river, not an empty vessel. I am making your life a place through which blessing passes and spreads. Not a place where you hoard it in fear. There are supplies you cannot create on your own, but I can open them. There are things you cannot predict, but I can bring them at the right time. There are opportunities people cannot see, but I have already seen them and kept them for you. I can place in your hands what comes as an unexpected mercy, opened resources, lighter burdens, released debts, new paths appearing, the right people being brought near, and things that were delayed beginning to move, not because you have done enough to force me to give to you, but because you belong to me. You are mine, and so I care for you with the holy favor of a father who never forgets his children. I see every quiet effort you have made. I know you chose to stay when you could have left. I know you chose to pray when your heart was tired. I know you chose to keep walking, though tears were still on your face. And I do not take any of this lightly. What I am calling you to do now is not to shrink back before the laughter of others. Do not let their mockery make you forget who is walking with you. Do not let outside voices become the voice within you. I did not create you to live as one who bows before every doubt. I created you to walk in my light, to know how to wait without despair, how to obey without fear of loss, how to surrender without feeling weak. Many people only see where you are now, but I have already seen what you will become in my hands. They see delay and call it failure. I see delay and know it is the time I am protecting you from what is not good enough. They see silence and call it emptiness. I see silence and know it is where I am preparing a word with the power to change everything. They see what is unfinished and think it is the end. I see what is unfinished and know it is a beginning being brought to maturity. Child, do not only wait for a miracle in a sudden form. Be ready for a reversal from my hand. I can show you things that will make you say, only I could do this. I can turn the day you thought was the darkest into the day when light begins to return. I can make what was locked become open. I can turn what once brought you shame into the very place where you give thanks. I can transform tears into marks of maturity and long nights into testimonies of my mercy. As you learn to say yes to me, you will see that peace is no longer something you must strain to catch, but something I place upon you. You will see that joy is no longer a fragile feeling, but a spring being opened from within by my presence. You will see that your life is no longer decided by the voices of others, but by the hand of the one who called you from the beginning. And when what I have promised begins to take form, you will understand that every day of waiting, every night of tears, every moment of misunderstanding, every choice to keep believing was never in vain. Stand still in me, beloved, but let it not be the stillness of surrendering to defeat. Let it be the rest of one who knows they are in the right hands. Let your faith grow larger than the noise outside. Let your obedience open doors your own strength could never touch. Let me do the rest. I will lead you through places others thought you could never pass. I will open for you what the human eye could not foresee. I will fill what has been lacking. I will ensure that your years of waiting do not become regret, but evidence that I am always faithful. I am favoring you, not with the shallow favoritism of the world, but with the deep love of a father who knows exactly what you have walked through. Therefore, lift your head. Believe once more. Take one more step. I am here, and the good I have for you is greater than anything you dared to hope. Stay with me. My child, do not let anything outside of me pull you away from this focus, for I have only just begun to lead you into what is deeper. Heaven is not standing still over your life. The heavens are moving in response for you. And though you do not yet see it with natural eyes, I tell you that what you have asked for has already been set in motion. Faith does not wait for everything to appear before it dares to believe. Faith is the anchor that keeps your heart steady in the midst of what has not yet been named. And it is your trust in me that will soon bring forth results far beyond what you ever hoped for. I see how weary you are. I see the burdens you hide behind your smile. I see the nights you silently struggle in solitude when no one knows the waves rising in your heart. You have stood quietly, prayed in silence, and hoped even when there was very little left to hold on to. But I have seen it all. I have not overlooked a single small thing, and I have not been silent before the cry within you. I have been working behind the veil, even in the stillest moments when you thought everything was standing still. Every tear you have shed was before me. Every whisper you released in weakness has reached where I dwell. I know your voice calling to me in the dark, and I have heard it with the deep mercy of a father who never turns away from his child. Therefore now I answer you not with delay, not with ambiguity, but with my power and eternal faithfulness. You will not return empty-handed after all you have walked through. For I did not take you this far only to leave you at the end. I did not plant hope within you to toy with you through emptiness. I do not speak and forget, nor promise and let it drift away. If I have spoken, I will fulfill it. If I have opened a path, I will lead you all the way through it. Even if what I have placed before you is not yet visible, learn to wait in peace. For my timing is neither late nor mistaken. Your breakthrough has already been appointed. And this very moment is when the story of your life begins to turn in a new direction. Those who once dismissed you will soon have to see clearly the hand I have placed upon you. And what they thought was weakness in you will become evidence of my grace. You will no longer be bound by old wounds, nor defined by the dark days that are behind you. I am changing everything you once considered loss, turning those struggles into foundations of stability, those tears into water that nourishes growth, and those things that once broke you into the material I used to fashion you into new beauty. What once caused others to mock you, I will use to display my glory. What once caused you pain, I will use to testify to my healing power. What once seemed to end you, I will turn into the beginning of a different life, filled with peace, filled with light, filled with my mark. So remain in me. Do not depart. Do not let your heart scatter, and do not let fear have the final word. I am closer to you than you think, and what I have prepared for you will make you understand that all these days of waiting were never in vain.